What up, y'all? Dana D, Hunter Lou, and this is YoBroKO. Just to start this video off, we want to thank you guys for clicking on the video. We appreciate it. We love y'all. Keep showing the support. We're going to keep putting out bangers for y'all. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials. TikTok, YouTube, you can see down below. Instagram, X, you can see down below. Like those up. Follow those. That's where we're putting out all the content for you guys. And let's get right into this video. Alright guys, so we're going to get right into the video. So today we're just, as you guys can see, we fixed some stuff up so you guys can see the whole ranking system now. There's nothing cut off.
Big shakeups since the last time we all looked at them.
Big shakeups. There's some changes on the rankings if you guys can't tell. Take a look at the bantamweight division here. What else we got? Take a look at who else do we have?
Light heavyweight division.
Light heavyweight division. We had Rakic move up. He beat Jan Blachowicz. Volkov beat Curtis Blades. So few things that are different, but nothing too crazy. I mean, besides Chito is the champ now. But yeah, you guys witnessed that. If you didn't witness that, make sure you guys go take a look at that. We'll leave that in the description below so you guys can just click on that. But yeah, guys, let's just get right into the breaking down 303. Lou, what do you got?
Well, first of all, I'm very excited to see this rematch. I'm excited to see Islam fight as well as Charles. But more importantly, I'm just looking forward to see what's next for the lightweight division. As we all know, Sarukian finished Dariush in an electric fight. And that was Islam's last, I would say, closest fight in the lightweight division aside from Volk. So, and of course, we all know how Oliveira performed the last time they fought in Abu Dhabi. And Oliveira is unfortunately going to be faced with that same crowd. Some speculate that he wasn't a fan of fighting in Abu Dhabi the first time and he wanted it to be in Rio, but a fight's a fight.
Hey, fight's a fight, and you don't really have that option. You're not really the champ. You're not, you don't have that luxury of deciding, oh, I don't want to fight here. I'd rather fight here. If you want the shot at the title, if you want to win the title, you got to show up and you got to win. That's it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Luak, I'm super excited for this main event as well. The second time these guys are coming up against each other. Both guys we haven't seen yet in the universe mode, so that's going to be interesting to finally get them on the board. Win or lose, honestly, I'm just super excited to see them, live. With that being said, we're going to move right on into the co-main of the evening. We got Alexandre Pantoja defending his champ, taking on Brandon Moreno for the second time as well. Moreno in that number one contender spot. So he pretty much earned the, not on the universe mode because both these guys haven't fought yet on the universe mode, but he's the number one contender in actual UFC. He's the only guy he's lost to has been Pantoja. It
was a close fight
in a while. So
it was a close fight for sure.
It was very close, honestly. I don't know, man. I just love Moreno so much, like watching him, and I'm such a big fan of him that when I was watching it, I thought he had it in the bag, but Pantoja did take him down a few times and stuff like that. So
yeah, and I'm kind of on the other boat. I'm really excited to see Pantoja. I followed his story very closely ever since he's won the belt, and I really like the guy, inside and out of the octagon. I think he's honestly going to become the boogeyman of the flyweight division, and I think he might pull it off again, D, to be honest with you.
I mean, if anyone could do it, it's Pantoja.
He looked like a Terminator in that fight.
In the universe mode, he has great stats. He's great stand-up. He's got good power, and he can wrestle. So that's definitely going to be another interesting matchup that we have for you guys as the co-main. And honestly, guys, this card right here, it's like you guys are gonna hear the people that are on this card, and you're gonna say, okay, when is there gonna be like not a banger on the match, on the matchmaking list here? For the fight before the co-main, we have the number 2 ranked Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman, taking on Steven Wonderboy Thompson, ranked number 5. That's gonna be an absolute one you don't want to miss. Kamaru, arguably the greatest welterweight of all time, and then Wonderboy, which he's an absolute legend when it comes to.
He wants to get back in that title contention.
100%.
And this is his shot too. Kamaru is a guy who wants to, get back into his role, sit back on the throne. He once was on.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I'm super excited for that one. The dynamic striking of Wonderboy, taking on, I feel like it's kind of more of like this is kind of a classic. I don't want to say classic wrestler versus striker, but it kind of is. Like we know Usman has a great jab, but and realistically. Power. If Usman wants to win this matchup, he's definitely going to have to implement his wrestling against Wonderboy. You don't really want to stand with Wonderboy, I feel like, because if Wonderboy can control the distance and pick you apart, that's his bread and butter there,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
he's proven it time and time again.
But we already know. If anyone can do it, it's Kamaru the Nigerian Nightmare Usman. I feel like people don't really give him the credit he deserves. He really kind of washed out that welterweight division, before the Hamzats came in, before the Shavkats, before the, you got to remember, he beat Kobe twice.
Yeah.
Wins are wins. Maybe one of them was controversial, maybe, whatever.
He beat Masvidal twice.
He beat Tyron Woodley.
Dominated him.
Who hasn't he beat in the
Gilbert
welterweight
Burns.
division? Who hasn't he beat in the welterweight division that has a name that matters, Moving on, before that matchup, another banger we have for you guys is the number 5 ranked Italian Dream Marvin Vettori taking on Jared Cannonier, the Alaskan. He's ranked the number 6 right now. So that's a number 5 versus a number 6. That's a huge fight for the middleweight division. As you guys can see here, both these guys haven't fought, but they're kind of in a spot where, one great performance can possibly get them into this, to this
picture to see who's next.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. Like that's, and if there's any guys that are game, these two are the ones that are gonna do it. We know Vettori he's a grinder. He's a guy that likes to get straight into it, work his opponent's bodies, work all that stuff. We know Cannonier is an absolute powerhouse in the middleweight division. Cannonier has been in 3 different divisions in his career so far. He started in heavyweight, moved down to light heavyweight. Now he's kind of found his footing in middleweight. And yeah, guys, it's just gonna be a phenomenal fight. Both of those guys are definitely gonna bring it all. And super excited to see that fight.
100%.
And then I'll let Lou actually break down this next one we have here. Cara France versus Dodson.
Dodson, 4 versus 5.
Dude, I know you love Cara France, bro.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I think that this fight is going to be a big stepping stone for him if he can perform the way I believe that he can. Obviously Dodson, he's sort of made like a fire. He's had like a firecracker effect. This dude just came out of nowhere and just knocked guys out. And I think Cara France, he has that ability to go toe for toe with anyone in that division.
Absolutely.
I think he's proven that he's got some of the best power in that division. Arguably the best.
Honestly, Lou, not to cut you off, when I watched Brandon Moreno fight Kai Cara France, in that fight, Cara France looked like he was winning a lot of those exchanges.
Moreno's face looked bad.
Moreno really looked like he was, getting beat up there. Obviously, Moreno ends up pulling through, hitting him with a nice, liver shot. But again, for someone that was hanging with arguably one of the, top guys in the division, arguably, the guy that's going to be fighting for the champ this same night.
Mm-hmm.
I think
a big win for him says a lot, but at the same time, John Dodson, another knockout, especially the way he's been knocking these guys out, it's gonna open a lot of eyes, man. And against a guy like Cara France,
if I honestly, Lou, ecstatic about Dodson's, rise of the into the flyweight division. I didn't have him on my radar at all going into this. We see, he's been starching everyone that he's got into the ring with, besides when he went up in weight, and we seen that, the weight advantage really did play a role.
Mm-hmm.
But in that flyweight division, he hasn't really, showed much weakness. He's super quick.
Yeah.
He's showing the power. He's rocking dudes. He's dropping guys, and
he's got it done.
He's been getting it done. He's ranked number 5 right now. And now he's gonna fight, for a potential spot in a place where there's only a few of the few that are considered that high ranked. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Super excited for that matchup. I'm super excited to see Cara France, for the first time in the universe mode,
kicking off the main card,
as well as to see John Dodson's potential success continue. So that's really it for the main card. We have 2 prelims on the night. We have Miesha Tate taking on Jermaine Durandamine, which they're both unranked, as you guys can see over here. They're both unranked. We want to get them. We want to get them going. Obviously, there's not many bantamweight women fighters in the game, so we don't really have much to
work with.
Yeah. Although Raquel Pennington is she's absolutely, ruling the bantamweight division right with an iron fist. 100%.
Holly Holm next though.
Holly Holm is next. But back to the prelim, we don't really have much to work with the bantamweight division for women, so we kind of want to get everybody an opportunity to prove themselves, to give everyone a shot. So that's the second prelim of the night, and then the first prelim starting everything off, we have Dom Reyes in the number 9 spot taking on Volkan Ozdemir in the 10th spot. So honestly, guys, that could easily be on the main card. At any point, that could be on the main card, but we really just wanted to check every box off, and we wanted to make this card a complete banger for you guys. When you look at this card, Lou, top to bottom, these are all fight of the night contenders.
Yeah.
They're all fight of the night contenders, performance of the night contenders, and if it's anything how I think it's going to be, it's
going to see a lot of finishes.
Going to see a lot of finishes, and we're going to see
good
a lot
fights.
of wars. We're going to see a lot of good fights. And I'm just super excited to get this going tomorrow.
Me too.
Make sure you guys tune in, man. Make sure you guys tune in 6 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, December 6th.
A lot of things could shake up tomorrow night.
A lot of things can shake up tomorrow for sure. We have a lot of big fights going on in the universe mode. That's pretty much it for breaking down the card for tomorrow.
That's what's new, man.
In our next pay-per-view event, which would be UFC 304, we have the GOAT, Johnny Bones Jones, taking on Sergey Pavlovich for the heavyweight strap.
Gonna be crazy.
Lou, that is going to be an absolute one you guys do not want to miss. Obviously, John Bones Jones, the GOAT. Sergey Pavlovich, the scariest guy in the heavyweight division.
As close as it gets to Francis Ngannou.
At least in a universe mode so far. Obviously, real life is a different story. We've seen Tom Aspinall knock Sergey off. But
yes.
Universe mode is different. Sergey, he's a super scary guy, a super powerful guy. And,
huge Russian dude. Who wants to face that guy?
And honestly, I see champion in his future. He's got the power. He's got the head movement. The only thing I think he needs to work on a little more is the wrestling. I think if John Jones can work his wrestling in this matchup, then he'll have a much better chance. Just seeing what he's done to Cyril Gane, and I think Cyril is a little bit more of a dynamic striker just because he uses more of his kicking and stuff like that. Sergey's going to be a little more in John Jones' face, which that's the best thing you want to do against a wrestler. You want to pressure a wrestler. So, yeah, super excited for that matchup. Lou, you can let him know what the co-main is if you like.
Yeah, that co-main's going to be big. One of my favorite fighters, Erin Blanchfield, she's getting her shot against the champion, Alexa Grasso. It's the first time we're seeing Grasso in universe mode. As I said earlier, we're going to try to get these champions fighting, and this is it. I'm super stoked to see how Grasso does, but at the same time, Blanchfield, she defeated one of the greatest to ever do it, Shevchenko, in a way that I don't think anybody was expecting.
No one was. I definitely wasn't expecting that. It was absolute dominance from start to finish for Blanchfield. We've seen her
truly cold-blooded.
We've seen her dominate striking. We've seen her dominate wrestling and the grappling exchanges. Complete domination, and I couldn't think of anyone that deserves this title shot anymore. So
she called it, and she's got it.
And that's the co-main of UFC 304. So at some point, we hope that, you know, everyone can at least have a color next to their name. If not, you know, who really cares? It's no big deal. We're still gonna match make the best possible fights for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, me and Hunter Lou, we're not gonna put on fights that we don't want to see ourselves. You know, we want to see fun matches, back and forth matches. You know, exciting matches. We truly love playing the game. We truly love, you know, doing this for you guys, matchmaking. We find it interesting. We love UFC, and yeah, we just love having a good time, man. We love laughing. So again, for those of you who have been with us from the start, we appreciate you guys' support. For those of you guys who are just tuning in, just watching this is your first video for us. We hope you guys enjoyed what you watched today, and you can continue to tune in and check us out.
And the best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come with this channel. I promise you guys that the best is yet to come with this channel. We're really working with, you know, kind of a minimalistic setup here. And soon it will definitely get better. So definitely tune in for the stream tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. UFC 302, Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira 2. This has been YoBroKO. Peace.